know your stuff.
Yeah, thank you, but I appreciate it.
No, you know your stuff, man. You know your stuff. But no, it's been a pleasure, bro. And again, thank you so much for waiting patiently as well, bro.
No
Appreciate
worries,
it.
no worries.
Bless you, my bro. You have a good weekend, yeah?
Have a good weekend. Win the
Yes.
league by Sunday, man.
Come on. Celebration time.
Celebrations.
Big up, bro.
Big up.
Shout out to Grabbing Busquets, first time on the channel. Yeah, I agree. I think we need a big summer. I just don't know how big we'll go, but yeah, I don't think Alvarez or Isak are. I don't think they're realistic this summer. But I'd love to be proven wrong. But we'll see what happens. Let's get our next caller in. Merseyside vibe. Sorry, you there, bro? Yes, you
Yeah,
are indeed. Big up,
yes.
brother. How are you?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, bro. Nice
Yeah,
and clear.
can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
So
your
I have
setup,
actually.
your
It
setup
looks
better than
nice, isn't
mine,
it?
bro. Yeah.
Is it? I only got it not long ago as well.
Yeah, it's looking good,
Yeah.
man. Looking good.
So I have like 3 questions.
Go for it.
So I know we all love Robbo, and it's quite sad to see what's happening to him, but would you keep him just for one more year?
Yeah,
Like,
no, I would.
you would.
Yeah.
What can I ask you why?
Yeah, again, maybe this is where this is probably something I'd accuse Drift of. Shout out to Drift. I'm if we go and get a top left back, I think Robbo is the backup. We could do a lot worse than for 1 year, and I think his influence in that dressing room is still pretty strong.
Yeah.
Plus, from a selfish standpoint, I still think Owen Beck could be a very good backup or someone who challenges for the left back position. But I think he needs a season as well, and I think Robbo could be the bridge for that.
Bridgewood, okay. See, the thing is, I always get hyped when I see Rob. I'm like, you know what? He'll prove me wrong.
Yeah.
And then I see him get cooked. I see him get cooked, or
I
I
hope
just
that
see
kills
him.
you.
Yeah, I see him either falling on the ground or he's there screaming at Van Dijk, and it's like, I know it wasn't really his fault. I think it was just the miscommunication. I forgot what game it was. I remember when Van Dijk scored own goal, or was it
West Ham?
West Ham. Oh yeah, I think it was then. Yeah, it was quite bad. It made me realize that maybe I shouldn't be happy with this left back situation. But the second one is Darwin Nunez. So let's just say scenario.
Yeah.
Let's say Tottenham are beating us. Let's just say 3-0. Darwin Nunez comes on, scores 1 in the 82nd, the 84th minute, and the 88th minute. Are you willing for him to stay at Liverpool? Even that, no.
No. Shall I tell you what it is with Darwin as well?
Yeah.
It's not just football on the pitch. It's the toxicity off the pitch. There are the Nunez fans and the Nunez haters. I'm sick of both of those sides of the fan base.
Yeah,
so for me, the quicker he goes, the quicker those two parts of the fan base can just go, yeah, let's leave it now.
Let's leave it. That's true. Because I was understanding Drifty's points on Nunez. Like every single time you guys had debate, I was like, I hear it. But now, when he misses, it actually shatters my heart. Because it's like, you're a striker and I trust you. But if my life was on the line and he was in front of goal, I wouldn't trust him.
You're in trouble.
I would not trust him. So that was my only issue.
You might be seeing the pearly gates sooner than you want to.
Even Jota recently, like, he was my favorite. You know why he was my favorite player? It's because Arsenal fans were tired of seeing him every single. Like, it was every year at one point, and they were like, "Oh God, it's always Jota." It was either Firmino or Jota, one of those two. I love them.
Mane and Salah gave up.
Even I just love them because what they gave to Arsenal fans, it's just they were scared of them. Now I'm not going to lie, I am very scared to verse Arsenal. I'm very scared because
after we win the league,
it's only because I don't want them to say anything. That's why. Like, I know we won the league. The thing is, if they win Champions League, I feel like they're gonna say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. You know, Champions League is better, right? We were never going for the league anyway." And
they'll be lying then, because every time we won the Champions League, they turned around and said, "Well, you can't win the bread and butter." Another thing, I don't know how old you are. If I'm not mistaken, back in the 98 season, when Arsenal won the league, was it 96, 97? When Arsenal won the league, they wrapped up the league before they played Liverpool. So they beat Everton to win the league. They won that game 4-0. Tony Adams scored a really famous goal towards the end. After they wrapped up the league and won the league, we played them and we battered them 4-0. And I'll never forget, I was a kid at the time. And one of my brother's friends come around to visit us. He was an Arsenal fan, and I was teasing him. I was like, we just beat you 4-0. And the first time I can remember being humbled in life, he just went, Cal, you beat us, but we've got the trophy. And even as a kid, I couldn't say anything to him. I couldn't. If Arsenal come to Anfield and turn us over, I'll be upset about it because I don't want to lose to anyone, especially them.
Yeah.
But bro, in the grand scheme of things, league's done.
I know it's done, but I just don't want them to have anything over us because I hear a lot of, even when I'm talking to my friends about debates, I'm hearing them compare Saka to Salah, and I'm done with it. I don't like doing it because they will never hear me out. Like they will compare Saliba to Van Dijk. I'm done. Even Raya to Alisson. Like, I'm not even. And these players are not bad either.
With a bar.
Yeah, I know.
With a bar. Like
it's annoying though.
Yeah.
It's
but I'd rather be annoyed at being the bar than be annoyed at not having the players who fulfill that.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
How many years did we go through and we went, whenever someone would be like, we've got X midfielder, we got Gerrard, but the conversation was done after that.
Yeah,
because we didn't really have anyone apart from Torres and Suarez, couldn't really speak to anyone else about certain other players. Now we can. We can hold our chest out. Yeah, we've got Trent. Obviously, don't know how long for. We've got Trent. We've got Alisson. We've got Virgil. Ibu's starting to get to that level now as well. We've got Mac. We've got Salah. Like we can talk player for player now.
The thing is, when we bought McAllister, I didn't really watch any highlights of him. I knew he was a good player, but I feel like he's really improved recently. He's just so good. Like I don't know what happened, what he's been eating, he's one of my favorite midfielders. It was actually Thiago. Thiago was my favorite midfielder. Then it just straight away just went to McAllister, and then I was thinking about like, imagine if Thiago was just he never had injuries and.
Do you know what? The other day I was thinking this. If Slot came a year earlier, I wonder if it would have preserved Thiago and Matip's career.
Yeah, Matip, Like Matip was even my favorite player.
Everyone sleeps on Matip, you know.
Matip was so good.
Quality.
I had even the dribbling. I didn't know how he used to do it. I never understood it.
I think people forget Klopp's preferred centre-back pairing over the course of his Liverpool career has always been Matip and Virgil.
It has.
I finished my
Well done, buddy. Well done. At least he's not crashing out this time, innit?
And the third question was, do you think Joe Gomez should just leave this summer? Because I remember last season, I feel like it was such a good season for him. I swear, I can't remember if it was that last season or the season before. Season, I know it was because he wasn't that in. Was he injury? Like was he injured
not
he wasn't.
He was good, yeah,
he was so good. I remember he was at left back most of the time, right?
Yeah, but he played. Remember, he played left back, he played right back, centre back, and DM.
DM. Oh my!
He played DM as well. Everyone forgets, but he played DM for a couple of games as well.
He did play DM. Yeah. See, I don't know if I want him gone now. It's just the injuries. I just feel like he should just go and try win something else.
The question with Joe Gomez, I don't think Joe Gomez can go to another Champions League team now and be a starter. So the question then becomes, would you leave Liverpool where you're admired by the club to go to another team where you're not going to be a starter for them in the Champions League? Then I think, would he start for Europa team? Maybe, but would they take a risk on him as well? That's another question. Would they take a risk on Gomez?
Yeah, I don't think actually, I don't think so. You know,
that's what
it's just the injuries. I always remember when it was that Verge and Gomez. Then he got injured. Oh my days! I thought that season, if he was fit, I think we win it. I generally feel like we win it because it was like, oh my gosh. we're going up levels. This is all I wanted.
Yeah.
And then he got injured, and then I think it did change to it wasn't Matip those times. I'm not too sure. I can't really remember.
So it was originally Matip and Virgil. I think Matip got injured, then it was Virgil and Joel, and they were brilliant. Joe Gomez.
Brilliant. Okay.
And then Lovren had to come in because they got
Lovren.
injured. And I think he got injured and Matip got the spot back.
Oh. I miss those times with Joe Gomez. That's it. Even the pace, everything.
18, 19, Joe Gomez.
It was my favorite. At one point, I was like, one point, I should just be a centre back. Like, I really loved watching it, and then he got injured. It's really sad that certain players, if they just didn't get injured, they could probably be up here.
Yeah,
it's
completely different careers. Sturridge is another one. I look at Sturridge and I think he could have been everything.
Even maybe Jota, probably.
Yeah, shout. We sleep on Jota because he's still in the squad, but you're right.
Jota, if he didn't have the injuries he has now, oh my gosh, he'd probably be. I mean,
Slot would love Slot. A fit and firing Jota, Slot would love that.
Oh yeah, I think we would have won it a long time ago. Actually.
Yeah.
We would have won it a long time
ago.
And we
still be in the Champions League.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. There was a Champions League. I wanted to ask your thoughts on the PSG game, especially the one at home, because even though we won the one away, I mean, the way, it was Harvey Elliott, right? Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I was so pissed off. I was so annoyed because I know we're better. I know we can play football, but sometimes when I see us do long passes or try skip the midfield, not keep the ball on the ground, I'm like, what are we doing? Like, we're playing to their hands. Like, they got so much technical players. They got a good goalkeeper. I just don't know why we don't even sometimes shoot from outside the box. We don't have to be perfect all the time. Sometimes he can make maybe the goalkeeper can make a mistake. I've seen loads of clips of, well, not no one's. Oh no, that's the too.
My favorite Man United player.
No, but I know Donnarumma is quite good. So, but I know he can make a mistake. So if we did some long shots, I know we would be in the Champions League right now. It's just it's a shame that we're not. But do you think we'll win it next season though?
If we get a summer right, I think we will be one of the favourites.
I
think so much hinges on this summer.
Like you said, I think left back. In my opinion, I think the number one position we need is a left back. Done, like, and a striker.
Right, I was gonna say striker for me.
Striker. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was mainly it. I was gonna ask like a different question that was off football, but it's a weird one.
Go on, ask me the question, and then I'll get the next person off, and I'll ask the question. Go on.
So, this one is. I think you spoke about this before, but let's just say you invite a stranger, not a stranger, you know someone. They come into your house. They don't take the shoes off. Straight away to the fridge. Open your apple juice. You're like, bro, what are you doing? That's my apple juice.
Yeah.
And he then says, and what? And he puts his feet up on the chair and everything. And he switches the TV on. In that situation, what are you doing?
Probably serving 10 to 15 years inside. So probably aggravated assault, GBH, the full list.
Oh my gosh.
Probably 10 to 15 years, maybe. Seven with good behavior. Yeah, with good behavior, maybe. But
I know the apple juice. Apple juice is elite. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Thank you, bro.
It is elite. It's my favorite. It is my favorite as well. So I know how you feel. Like sometimes I'm like, I need to drink some water. Like I'm
on the water heavy at the moment. Like I'm on the water heavy, but I've got apple juice in my fridge. Like
I even tried the Tesco apple high juice. I'm like, even that one tastes nice. Like every apple juice I tried is not. I don't know why. For some reason,
drink. It's an elite drink.
I don't know why. And then someone comes offer me orange juice.
Nah. Miss me with that. Miss me out with that.
But yeah, man, that was pretty much
it. Been a pleasure, my bro. Man. Is this your first time calling in?
Man. Yeah, first time. I've been watching since like 2022, 2021. I think.
Love it.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you bringing me on.
I appreciate you, my bro.
Thank you.
You take it. Bless up, brother. Big up to everyone. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already. Gonna get our penultimate caller in before we get in our last caller. Infinite LFC, you there, bro? Come on. I can't hear you, bro. I can't hear you.
I'm here.
I hear you.
Yeah,
How you doing,
sorry.
bro?
I was sitting here chilling on my phone. You know what I'm saying? I was
Thanks
zoned
for your
out.
patience, bro. Appreciate it.
No. It's all good. I just dropped my phone somewhere. No, I wanted to talk to you a little bit though. I wish Drifty was here. He got to start fighting back, man. Cal got the beard. He got the box fade going on. Drift, touch turkey. We're going turkey. We're going with you. We're going turkey. We need to do something about this.
Saying that though, just beard game is elite though. Like
No, for sure. And I'm not even sure if Drift is bald by choice. You know what I'm saying? I just think, you know what I'm saying? We need to get something back. You know what I'm saying? We need to walk in here, you know what I'm saying? Full blown afro, beard all long. We can't let Cal be doing this forever. You know what I'm saying? We can't keep letting them get away with this.
It's the takeover. It's the takeover.
The shamelessness of you posing with the water bottle.
Yeah, I'm outside now.
You know what I'm saying? And see, I wish Drifters here too, because I tried to cook him about this fullbacks going past the halfway line thing he's been talking about for the past week. It's not 1987 anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. I need my fullbacks, you know what I'm saying, get involved in the play. I mean, we look at Miles Lewis-Skelly, been probably the breakout youngster of the season. He gets into midfield, gets the ball in the half turn, you know what I'm saying? He gets involved into the play. I mean, I understand what he's saying because we've been so used to Trent and people just attacking the right side their left side over and over and over again because Trent is so far forward. But I don't know. I hear both sides, but I personally just am not a fan of this 4 center backs that play that overlap. You know what I'm saying? Ben White, Urin Timber, Gvardiol, and Nathan Ake. That's just not personally my favorite thing.
You're not a fan of it, no? Even for certain games, you wouldn't be a fan of it.
I mean, I like it, but I remember how much worse we used to attack when Joe Gomez had to slot in at like left back and right back. I'm not saying he played bad or anything like that.
No, I hear you.
You can see like our attack suffered a bit because we didn't have that.
Sorry to cut you, bro. Could that be a bit of system though? Because remember, Klopp did like to utilize the fullbacks for creativity. So
I agree,
but doesn't do that.
I know people like to say Slot doesn't do the same thing, but I actually disagree. I think that when Trent goes, I mean, some of his forward passes and him breaking through the lines, that's going to be so hard to replicate. You know what I'm saying? We need to get somebody in that can, and I don't think anybody else really in the league can do that. If I'm going to be completely honest,
not from right back.
No one can do that. Yeah, and if we could somehow get somebody in that can somewhat replicate that, maybe a 10 or something like that. Even though I'm actually a Sabazalai supporter, you know what I'm saying? I actually think that he's much more integral to our team than people give him credit for. And I think that if we had a real DM behind him, I don't think he would have to. By 75th, he's tired. He's coming back and forth. For like the NBA comparison, like Kawhi Leonard for the longest, he had to go on the other side of the floor, guard the team's best player, then come down the floor, then drop 30. That's not sustainable. You can't just ask people to do that.
You burn out.
Exactly. And people want to talk about clock rinsing players. I think in 2 years, if this keeps up, Sabazalai is gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's cooked.
He's cooked because he plays every minute for Hungary, plays every minute for us pretty much, and he's going back and forth back. I just don't think that's sustainable at all.
Yeah, agree.
So Cal, man, I was on here before. We talked about Trent, but we got to talk about Trent again, man.
Yeah.
You are shameless, brother. The evil Dr. Doom laugh.
Oh, the celebration. Yeah,
the celebration.
I was holding it in. That's why I've been holding it in for a while. I've been holding it in.
Shameless. You are shameless. I still can't get over the fact of I understand your position actually more now than I did a month ago, because a month ago I was a wreck. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was about to call in some people. We're about to do a Steven Gerrard, you know what I'm saying? So I understand your position a bit more, because you are right. We don't have all the facts. So it's not necessarily just like from your perspective, it's not fair for people to just jump on him and say, oh, you're going, you're a rat, you're a snake, because we don't know yet. I feel like on the other side, I feel like it's fair, because what is football without emotion at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that the Steven Gerrard crash out was valid when he was about to go to Chelsea? I think it's a pretty similar thing, in my opinion.
I think it was valid only because we ended up keeping him. so selfishly, I'll be so real with you. If we lost Gerrard in 2005, we're not sitting here in 2025 talking about Liverpool the way we are, you know.
I agree.
We would have fallen so far behind teams.
I think there were higher stakes with Gerrard leaving than there are Trent, but I think the situations are a bit similar in the sense of if Trent goes, like, he's one of those footballers that's just like, there's nobody else in the world that does what he does. Like, he's literally one of a kind, in my opinion. And him going, and I think if he went to Barcelona, I think it's Real Madrid. I think it's the fact that it's that team out of all teams that's really pissing people off. Out of every team that's not in England, he's the one place that Liverpool fans are like, come on, man. It's KD to the Warriors.
I'll ask you then. If he went to Barcelona, would you be less upset?
Yes, I would. Actually, I genuinely, and
you might feel like that. I don't think the majority of Liverpool fans.
I actually do. I think it's just because of the fact that we have such bad memories with Real Madrid, and I think it's the fact that they have constantly beat us time and time again. Real Madrid, honestly, honestly, forget Man City. I think that they have been the biggest boogeyman to our success over the last 10 years. If you really think about it. They have been. If we walked out of Klopp's era with 1 Premier League and 3 Champions Leagues, I don't think people could chat us about anything. Not even Man City, honestly. 3 Champions Leagues in 5 years.
It'd have been crazy.
It would have been. We would have been insane. We actually would have been the most arrogant fan base on the planet at that point.
I don't think it's because it's Real. I think Real Madrid makes it hurt more. But I don't think Real Madrid is the reason. I still think it's this. Trent, we see Trent as someone who we believe should play for the club for all of his life, or unless we wanted to sell him because he's Scouse and he came through the academy, he's vice captain. I think it's us projecting. I think if he was going by Munich, I still think the fan base would crash out.
I seriously, I really don't. Only because I think fans have a right to project on it's all about emotion.
No, they have a right, but then I want everyone to be honest about it. Then be honest and be like
a big part of the reason why Trent leaving is because when Mane decided to leave, people were hurt, but they weren't crashing out. You know what I'm saying?
And that's my point. Mane pretty much came out before the Champions League final. Was like,
exactly.
I'm going like.
But it's different when you're a Scouser, when you belong to that people. And if Scouse people are like, they see themselves in him on the pitch. He is the fan representation on the pitch, pretty much. And for you to leave that and then go join #1 soulless club on the planet, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just for glory, I think fans have a right to crash out a bit. Honestly, I do.
All right. But do you think Trent is good enough to play for Real Madrid?
Yes, I do.
Do you think Trent is appreciated? And again, I might be guilty of it. Do you think Trent is really appreciated in this country how he would be in Spain, for example?
Yes, I don't think Trent understands what that Spanish media is like.
No, I hear you, but the English media, I don't know if they are, because we've seen so many attacking fullbacks in Spain. Marcelo defensively was not good at all.
At all.
Bro, I never heard anyone, even in this country, speaking about Marcelo defensively.
But see, the problem is, Cal, with Trent, it's not a lack of ability. It's a lack of effort. In that Man United game at home, we saw him walking. That would never in Spain.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
I'm not gonna lie. You might find a banana peel or 2 on the pitch after that if he's not doing stuff like
that. Do you think there's an argument to say that he may potentially play a different role at Real Madrid, though? He might invert a lot more, and he could even play some games in midfield.
I mean, to be fair, he did that under Klopp's last season.
But he's not doing that under Slot. And let's be real, we all know where Trent wants to play.
I understand where Trent wants to play, and I don't think he's gonna, because if you
he won't play midfield.
Honest, Trent's going to the team with probably the best midfield in the world on paper.
I hear it, but they haven't got a conductor. The one thing Real Madrid don't have in that midfield is a passing conductor. And I'm not even saying Trent could be that guy. I think Trent could be that guy.
I don't think,
but a lot of people don't. But I also do think he would play inverted a lot, especially if Xabi Alonso's there. He'd pretty much be a midfielder because the style Xabi Alonso plays at the moment is 3 at the back, for example. I don't know if he'd take that to Real Madrid. Let's say he did. Trent's pretty much playing in midfield. Frimpong for Xabi Alonso is a midfielder.
Yeah, but he's more on the wing though. I look at it more as like a classic right midfielder in a 4-4-2, like one of those. You feel me? Like, or at least Frimpong at least. And I think that's what Trent would probably become. I don't see him. The only problem is, Cal, is that the aura around this transfer stinks. It does. It really does. Especially after Qatar, when we were being shameless. Hendo posted up on the bridge with Jude. Oh, we're gonna get Jude and everything, and then he ends up going. And then we know that Trent and Jude are best friends. Him going after, like, it reeks. It does. It reeks. It really does.
I think the Jude thing's blown out of proportion. In fact, I actually know the Jude thing's blown out of proportion.
I think I probably agree with that. I think that's more so a meme than like actual reality. But I don't think that it's hurting the situation in any way. You know what I'm saying?
No, it helps the situation, but I don't think. I think a lot of fans are acting like Jude is the reason why Trent's going to Real Madrid.
Oh no! He's not the sole reason. Absolutely not.
Yeah, like Trent is closer with players at Liverpool than he is with Jude.
Absolutely.
I literally can guarantee that.
Oh,
like, they're friends, but I guarantee he's closer with like people like Robbo and like Sobo and Salah, for example. But I think he looks at it and look, I think we dilly-dallied with the contract situation. And I think because of that, do you know what it's like? Let's say, for example, I liked a girl and I'm like, I'm dilly-dallying. But I know she likes me, but I'm like, I know she'll wait for me. So I'll take my time. And then another guy swoops in. That's what I feel like's happened here.
However, I feel like you have to add to that analogy. We were messing with this girl when she was butt ugly. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't know who she was gonna become. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We
weren't the guy even when we started messing with her either. We weren't the guy.
We were a 6. We were a 6 or 7. She was like a 3. You know what I'm saying?
Fair, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we couldn't mess with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but she started going gym, squatting.
Yeah, exactly.
Running.
And we did too. We went up to a 9-10. We're right there with her. You know what I'm saying?
But we elevated each other.
Exactly. We both elevated each other. You know what I'm saying? And because we've been there for the longest, you know us. We we fuck with you. You're supposed to fuck with us too. You know what I'm saying? We like, come on, man.
Yeah, but if you're acting in a way where it's just like it's nonchalant almost because you know you've got it, then someone will swoop in and be like, "Hey."
We're still dropping off flowers. We're still.
I mean, but the other guys offering more potentially now, and that other guy's new. We ain't put a ring on it. We've never made it official and put a ring on it. This guy's saying, look, I'll put a ring on it.
I just got a new job. I passed the bar. I'm a lawyer now. You know what I'm saying? We got a new job. You know what I'm saying?
This other guy's been a multi-millionaire though.
Exactly. So why are you going to the new one? I'm about to be right there. We're there. You know what I'm saying?
I hear it.
We're right there.
I do think if we didn't dilly-dally, I think it could have been done. The whole talk of him speaking to Madrid since 2024 again is just not.
I think
it's media saying things, but it's not.
I agree. I don't believe the media most of the time. However, I do think a big reason as to why there's such a big crash out, and it wasn't as big of a crash out with Virgil and Salah, is because he did the whole. I'm not speaking about this in public. Which I can understand from a human being level. It only invites more questions and more scrutiny and stuff like that. Like he would have to do with Jamie Carragher, like what he did that nonsense with Salah, and you know what I'm saying, just focus on the league or whatever. Yeah. However, I look at it like this. If your girl has cheating allegations out there and she's like, I don't want to talk about that in public. No, we're talking about this right now. What are we saying? You know what I'm saying?
I hear it.
Or at least give me an inkling of like, this is not what it seems to be. You know what I'm saying? I like it because, I mean, in what was it, February? It was pretty much Trent's going. You know what I'm saying? We pretty much have to cope with that fact. So at least especially because he doesn't do interviews. At least I love being here. You know what I'm saying? At the very least, even that can mean anything. That can mean I love this club. I haven't heard that from Trent since. Probably since he got the vice captaincy. I haven't.
I mean, he did say it the other day. Not in those exact words, but he did say he loves it. Like he loves the club.
He said he loves the memories.
He did, yeah. Like, as I said, I do think he's going, but I also don't think it'd be a U-turn if he stays. I think it'll be. I still think he's negotiating with both sides.
I'm gonna have to delete some tweets if he stays. That's all I'm saying.
you and about 1,000 other people, bro.
More than 1,000, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was crashed out. I was gone. My head was gone. And I'm gonna be honest, and hate me for this if you want to. If he goes, not a Liverpool legend in my book. I'm sorry.
Why though?
Is McManaman a Liverpool legend?
Did McManaman do and accomplish everything that Trent did?
I agree. Is Michael Owen a Liverpool legend? Yeah. Won a Ballon d'Or?
No. Michael Owen's a Liverpool legend. I don't like the guy. Bro, Michael's a bona fide Liverpool legend.
He's a Liverpool legend on paper. Will he ever get the respect that he deserves? Michael Owen genuinely
won't get the respect. He won't get the respect.
Michael Owen genuinely sits, as far as talent goes, on top 5 strikers that have ever played for Liverpool. Like, he genuinely was unreal.
Top 5.
He's up. He's the only one.
I'll give him top 5. Yeah, I will. But he's 100%. Like, this is what I'm saying. Anyone who doesn't think Owen's a legend, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't like Owen, and he will never be respected like that. But he's a legend.
Absolutely. Okay. And Trent will be a legend, but he'll never get the respect of one. It will be done.
No, I agree. But he's a legend. Whether we like him being a legend or not, he's a legend.
Oh, okay. In that regard, maybe I shouldn't say he's not going to be a Liverpool legend. I think that he will be what Michael Owen is. Every time Michael Owen gets on TNT or wherever he's on, and he talks about Liverpool, it's always with a bit of bitterness and grit behind his teeth. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be one of those things forever. Even because Trent said it himself, the reason why he wants to go to Madrid is he wants to be the GOAT. He wants to be seen as the gold standard for a right back. I am the greatest of all time, no debate. Yeah. Which, if he goes to Real Madrid, he honestly has a true case for it being. If he wins Champions Leagues and leagues and stuff like that.
I don't think he'll ever be Ballon d'Or winner though. I think to get that's
ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't
think it's ridiculous to strive for that. I just don't think it will happen.
In today's football, if this was 1995, I'd probably agree with him because but the level of output he can never compete with a Mo Salah 55 GA season. It just can't. It can't. I mean, unless he's whipping in free kicks once every other week and assisting every goal that Kylian Mbappe scores. I don't think that he'll ever. You know what I'm saying?
And even if he assists Kylian Mbappe, it's going to be Kylian Mbappe wins it.
I know we don't agree on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of our fans have hotel chair syndrome for Real Madrid. Genuinely, like they're just like, oh, it's Real Madrid. So, nigga, what? I don't care.
Yeah, I don't like Real Madrid either, but I do have to respect what they are as a club.
I can respect them as an institution, but the amount of memories that they've given me, where I don't think
I despise that club.
After the 21-22 season, I watched that Champions League final at bar with most Real Madrid fans. I had to go on a walk. I couldn't. I had to go clear my head. And it's gloomy outside right now. Every time it's gloomy, I say to myself, "It's the same weather as that day." Like that day, like it hurts.
I can't stand that. I can't stand the club, but I do respect. It's like I can't stand Man United, but I respect them historically.
Oh, I don't respect Man United historically at all, but not even the slightest. I genuinely don't. I'm delusional. I can be shit.
I don't feel delusional. I just I as much as I hate them, I understand that players don't see it as we do as fans.
1,000%. I can. If I was a player, I'd probably want to play for Real Madrid at some point, like that being the pinnacle of everything. Honestly, I would love to stay at Liverpool forever, but like. If I was a player, I could understand going to Real Madrid 100%. But I agree with Trent having free will as a human being, and you think that the club doesn't owe him anything, or he doesn't owe the club anything. However, him being free will does not mean he's free of consequence. And the consequence of you going to Real Madrid is everybody in this city hating you at the end of the day.
That I agree with. I agree with.
If he wants to go, that's fine. I actually am of the policy. I don't want anybody playing for Liverpool that genuinely does not want to be here. If you want to go, fine. However, that comes with the inverse. You can't come around and then be like, why does nobody like me here? Well, you made your bed. Now you got to lie in it.
I agree with that.
That's just my take on it. I did have another question, though.
Go for it,
I was talking about this with my homies. Who are the top 3 most talented, not best, most talented players to ever play for Liverpool? Because me, Thiago Alcantara is 100% on that list. I genuinely think I have never seen, when he was at his best, I don't think I've ever seen a player conduct a game like he has in a Liverpool shirt.
Are we
Genuinely.
talking about natural talent, yeah?
Yeah, like just God-given ability. You know what I'm saying?
God-given
Like,
ability. Thiago, yeah. God-given
I think
ability.
Virgil's on that list as well.
Suarez
Oh,
and Gerrard.
Thiago's not on that list.
Yeah. Suarez.
Oh.
Did I say Suarez? Yeah, Suarez, Thiago, and Gerrard.
Oh, okay. I think.
Goodness, I forgot.
Sturridge?
Xabi Alonso,
Alonso's in there?
yeah, Xabi Alonso and Sturridge are in the conversation as well.
They are.
Oh my goodness, Coutinho as well.
I'm
You're trying to get me shut down by the fan base.
I have Thiago. I don't like Suarez personally.
No, me neither.
On a human being thing.
Yeah.
Can't stand him. Never. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would never like that guy.
Yeah, 100%. He would have to be on that list.
John Barnes.
I'm not gonna lie. He's the most underrated, underappreciated person to ever put on a Liverpool shirt, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's because he came from a different era.
And
yeah, I know. I'll tell you what it is though. My brother's 11 years older than me. You see my brother's generation. You see how we speak about Salah from like our generation.
Yeah,
that's how they speak about John Barnes.
Okay. Yeah,
so maybe it's an art era thing that we've not.
Yeah,
maybe we haven't continued the legacy like we should have. We didn't take on the mantle, but they like my brother will like even now. My brother will just be like, yeah, he's good, but he's no John Barnes. Like he watches Salah. My brother's not even a football fan like that. He'll watch Salah and be like, yeah, oh, see, he's really good. He's no John Barnes, okay. Like John Barnes was just different.
John Barnes was to us what Ryan Giggs was to Man United in the sense of like he could just reinvent himself over and over and over again and continue to be effective. I mean, if you're a Liverpool fan, you haven't done your research on who John Barnes is and what he's done for Liverpool and what he did for football as a whole. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's the truth, 100%, 1,000%.
Facts.
Okay, one last question before I go. I know I got people waiting.
Yeah,
and maybe I missed this on stream or something like that, but how did you and Drifty and Matt, like, you know what I'm saying, come to be? I don't know. Don't, you feel me, give out too much public information or anything like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because I think I was on stream the other day and Matt was like, I don't even think I knew you back then. I think you guys were like talking like 2014 or something.
So what's weird, I knew Matt and Drift separately before I knew them together. So I knew Matt first. So me and Matt go to the same barbers. So we'd be speaking. This was before I think. So I started my personal channel back in, I want to say 2018, so the year after I got married. But then I had to stop because all my camera equipment got stolen.
I remember you telling that story.
It's crazy. Everything. So then me and Matt had been speaking by this time, and I like he had told me about the football banter show because that's what it was called back then. And like, but I weren't really doing content like that, so he never approached me, and I never said, yeah, let me jump on the channel. But we'd always speak about football in the barbershop, and you'd always be like, you know your stuff, and I'd be like, obviously you do as well. And then one of my friends, Jermaine, Big J, he works for, at the time he was working with Cheeky Sport, the same organization with Joel Bay and David Alorca. And me and Jay have known each other since teen years. And again, me and him always speak about football. And he was like, Cal, man, you should be doing like content. And I was like, no way. And he's like, bro, just do it. And I was like, bro, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to do any of that stuff.
Right.
And he was like, look, just come to the studio and do one show with me. And I did the first show, enjoyed it. And I was like, Jay, it's not for me. And he's like, just give it a chance. The second show I did was me and Drift. It was the day after we lost the Champions League final 17-18, or 2 days after. It was the Monday after. And that was the first time I met Drift. But I had seen Drift's post about Karius after the Champions League final. So I'm thinking, this brother's some madman.
Yeah.
Brother, I met Drift and he was quiet. He was cool. Like, we're both Liverpool fans, so we're talking vibing on that sense. And then I'm leaving the studio and he's like, oh, bro, how you getting home? And I was like, bro, I've come straight from work, so I'm just going to jump on the train. He's like, bro, I don't live too far from you. Like, I'll drop you back to where you need to go. And I was like, oh, cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, bro, like, do you do content? And I was like, no. And he's like, why? And I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. And he's like, no, you should jump on a few shows. And then from there, like, then obviously I was like, Matt, I met Drift the other day, and like he was laughing and joking about that, and then started doing a bit of content with them, and then they just asked me to join the channel full time, and then just kind of went from there, man.
You've only known Drifty since 2017. Or 2018, really. That's nuts.
Yeah, 2018. I've known Matt and Drift I've known from 2018, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys argue like brothers, so you know what I'm saying. I'm thinking that you guys
Matt and Drift, they've known each other for like
for real.
Yeah, decades.
Because my closest homie, he's actually a Wolves fan. It's disgusting.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. And so, exactly, poor guy. Yeah, but it's fun making fun of him. But because we are, and I've known he was there when I was born. My dad and his dad were best friends growing up as well. So so when we argue, you know what I'm saying, I'm ready to jump to the screen sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like
the amount of people that say to me, like, it doesn't happen as much now. I think people get the dynamic. The amount of people used to DM me after shows and be like, bro, we can't see you and Drift arguing like that. It's not good, and like you need to patch up. And I'm like, patch up? Yeah. Like, the moment we ended stream, we were laughing and joking about what we're gonna eat for dinner and all that.
That's what I was saying. And like, I don't want to be mean to anybody in the Kopish community, but sometimes, like, I just feel like maybe sometimes you guys haven't had that lifelong friend. You know what I'm saying? Because like me and my homie, I'm ready to like, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to
out and argue about football.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, me and him did the full blown, like, Wolves beat us 3-0 in the 22-23 season. And I was getting ready to, you know what I'm saying?
Crash out. Yeah,
exactly. But bro,
it's like,
that,
I'm just saying, like, Drift and Matt and my brothers, like, we can argue about football. If you say anything to Matt or Drift, it's war.
Yeah, like, exactly. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why, like, every time you guys get into an argument, I'm like, oh yeah, I probably got into an argument with one of my friends just like that before I hopped on stream. You know what I'm saying? So but that's why I thought you guys had been friends for 20 plus years, you know what I'm saying? And you guys, so it's kind of crazy to hear that you guys have only been friends for less than 10 years at this point.
They've been really good to me, man.
But that speaks to you guys' dynamic, you know what I'm saying? Love your channel, man, you know what I'm saying? You guys are genuinely the GOATs, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? You guys are, you feel me? I've been here for a minute, so yeah.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Bless you, my bro. Bless you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir.
Take it easy, yeah. Nice one. Great, cool. Right, people. And we hit up these super chats. We've got one caller left who's been waiting patiently. One of these questions I'm going to leave to the end because I still haven't answered it in my own mind. Shout out to Vitu who says, have you seen the Cole Palmer rumors? Let's go Dreamland for a second. How would he fit? Who misses out? Oh, he comes in for Szoboszlai. I love Szoboszlai, but Cole Palmer starts ahead of Szoboszlai. Big Les, I'll wait till 66 next move is confirmed before judging. Same. Dale John Jr., why would you put me in this sticky situation? Cal, sign one tomorrow. Isak or Musiala. For what we need, I'd go Isak. In terms of who I prefer as a footballer, it's Musiala. And by the way, I'm a big Isak fan. Musiala's sighting cast, man. He's such a joyful player to watch. But Isak for what we need, absolutely. Right, next caller, the one, the only, K-Mac. How you doing, bro? Stay there, bro. I'm gonna literally switch off my camera because I need to close my conservatory door properly. But go ahead, bro. What you got for us tonight, brother?
Just want to say, mate,
tell the people where they can find and support you as well.
Yeah, man. Big up all the callers tonight. Some absolute legends tonight. New callers as well. Keep on supporting the channel. Brilliant stuff. You can check out my channel, K-Mac channel. I didn't really want to talk about Trent, but the last callers kind of triggered me a bit. Like, okay, so I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, by the way, but you know how I am. But I thought about this a lot because I've been Trent's critic for quite some time. Look, think about it like this, yeah. A lot of people use a big up. How are you anyway, mate? You good? Sorry,
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Just, I totally ignore saying hello there. Sorry,
no, I'm good, bro.
So you look at Trent, yeah, for this situation. We have the comparisons with Gerrard. We have the comparisons with McManaman, Owen.
Yeah,
and that's what we keep on going back to. Yeah, we keep on comparing him to players that that went or players that stayed, and turned down Real Madrid or went to Real Madrid. There's a really big difference that we're all missing is we are in a different position where Trent has won everything with Liverpool. Gerrard hadn't won everything with Liverpool. McManaman hadn't won anything with Liverpool. And Owen hadn't won anything with Liverpool. With McManaman and Owen, Liverpool weren't going to win anything. Like, we weren't in a good place. Yeah. They weren't being offered great contracts. We were signing mediocre players. Yeah. Steven Gerrard thought that he could win the league with Liverpool, which is why he stayed. And he almost did twice. Right? Yeah. We were only a couple of points from winning the league with a load of 6s and 7s. And number 9s with Gerrard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trent has won everything with Liverpool and he's still in his prime. It's a big difference to be able to have that opportunity to sit there at a club where you've won everything and go to another club where you can win everything again. And I know this is wild. I would not be surprised if Trent ended up on the Ballon d'Or list, mate, in the next couple of years if he went to Real Madrid.
I would be.
I wouldn't be surprised. So if you think of Xabi Alonso, and we keep on talking about Trent being the Frimpong, Trent could be the Grimaldo for Xabi Alonso, who's the guy that produces so many chances and scores quite a lot of goals. He's also their free kick specialist as well. He's obviously in his 30s now. He could switcheroo. He could have Trent. He could have instead of having the Grimaldo on the left, he could just have the Grimaldo on the right for his Real Madrid. If he went to Real Madrid, I don't know. Maybe Klopp goes to Real Madrid. I don't know.
I don't think Klopp goes. I think that was a rumor made.
Yeah, I think so too. But that's how I see the Trent situation now. And we have to not hate him because he's a guy in his prime who's got the opportunity to go and win everything again. Like, no other Liverpool players had that opportunity where they won everything with Liverpool and they can go to a bigger club. Like, there's never been a bigger club, really, in a lot of our players' eyes.
Salah could have done that.
Yeah.
I think that's what's making this situation more difficult for Trent. Sorry to cut you, bro, is the fact that Salah and Virgil signed. If they didn't sign, or they weren't even at the club, for example, then I don't think people are crashing out on Trent as much. Salah and Virgil definitely, after we won the Premier League, Salah and Virgil both could have said, I want to go and play for a team, and that team would have bitten their hand off.
The only difference, and I thought about this as well, it's the age. It's whether they want to go through that process again, whether they've actually got the mentality to adapt to another club, to try and fit into their system, like at their age. And it's also whether the offers were there, mate. Like I get it. Like, Real Madrid are an amazing club and Mo Salah and Virgil are amazing players, but they may well have not been looking at them because of their age, because they are 33 and 32. And they're not a club that goes and buys or goes and takes on older players. Like, so Trent is an ideal player in an age where he's about to hit peak. That's what we seem to forget about Trent. He's still only 26, 27. And he's been so good before that. Like, he could actually get better because he's about to hit the time when these players do mature and do actually get better naturally. Yeah. That's just a natural thing. So I'm looking at it from that perspective. Like, and there's also a chance he might stay, by the way. Like, you are right.
Yeah.
Because it's the heartstrings, it's the heart. And the fact that he hasn't said he's leaving, actually, it started to make me think that he really does love the club and he really is torn between it.
Yeah. I still think he's negotiating both sides. It's just I think our negotiation power's been diminished because we've taken so long to come to the table properly. And again, I don't have this as a fact, but the notion that he's been negotiating with Real Madrid since 2024, I don't know when that story came out. But if that was the case, then we could have easily sold him in the summer. I don't
I've been
think
flip flopping on
like,
Trent
he
like
could have
for
done. Yeah,
all season,
and I understand it
unfortunately.
because he's not said
And
anything.
you can say it in the chat because I agree. Like I've been in and out, like literally,
Yeah.
he's this, he's that. He could have done this, he could have done that. Like we genuinely don't know.
But I'm
Like,
happy. I'm kind
yeah.
for the state of Liverpool Football Club. I'm happy he hasn't come out and said anything yet. Because as I said, I genuinely believe if he came out earlier in the season and said he was leaving, fans would have turned on him, and it would have had a knock-on effect on the rest of the club. It would have become so toxic. Imagine he comes out in January and said he's leaving. We're playing a game in February, and he makes a genuine mistake. What's the first thing everyone's going to be saying? His head's in Madrid. He shouldn't be
Yeah, we
playing.
blame him. We blame him. We blamed him for the Manchester United loss.
Yeah, and nothing was out by that time.
Nothing was out.
So
the thing is as well. The thing is
he
as well.
was terrible in that game, by the way. But even in that game, after the game was finished, people were like, "Oh, his head's in Madrid." And then I think was it like a week later we played West Ham and he was brilliant. No one said anything, and I was like, "Guys, where's the
crosses?"
Yeah.
And that goal as well.
Yeah,
but he did that, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's tricky, man. It is really tricky.
The thing is, as well, is wouldn't this be the best thing ever? Is we win the league on Sunday, and that's the moment when it kind of clicks for him, with all the celebrations, and he's around the players afterwards, and he goes, you know what, I'm just going to sign that contract. Like, this is too good a feeling to go to lose. And if he'd have done it earlier, he might have had that option. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Winning that trophy again could actually be a factor of him staying as well.
It could
because he might not want that feeling to go away and be with the lads and go again. And
it could also be the thing that makes him go, I've done it twice now.
Yeah, man, it's a hard one, isn't it?
It's a 50-50. Like,
it is, man.
I look at players like a De Bruyne and etc. who stayed at City and won multiple Premier Leagues. That's what I really wanted for Trent. I wanted him to win multiple Premier Leagues to the point where when he sits at the table and people go, who's the best right back in Premier League history? He can go, okay, well, I've got the assist record, I've got this record, I've got that record, and I've got these Premier League trophies to bring to the table. I'm in the conversation. I unfortunately think because of him leaving, I think a lot of Liverpool fans are going to downplay the impact he's had, and I don't think that's fair. I genuinely can't understand how him leaving the club to join Real Madrid means he's not a legend anymore.
He's a legend. He's also in my top 3, by the way. You know, he said top 3 talented players.
Yeah.
He's in my top 3.
That's fair, but say what you want about it. Michael Owen's another one. I don't like Michael Owen. I don't like him. But if we can't forget what he did. Like, Michael Owen single-handedly won an FA Cup for us.
Yeah.
He dragged us through the UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
He got the second of 2 goals in a final against Man United in the League Cup. He was our top goal scorer and our main threat for years. Like, we can't just forget what these players have done despite them leaving. I personally have McManaman. I hold him in high esteem as well. I remember.
Oh, mate, McManaman's really, really high up on that talented list.
He was my first favorite player.
Yeah. The thing is, as well, the thing is those 2 players. There's a situation behind the scenes which the fans never really heard about, and it was the situation where Owen wanted to go for a year, try it out,
like what Ian Rush did.
And come back. He wanted to do what Ian Rush did, and he's got every right to do that. Like, he got every right to do that. And we had the option to buy him back, and he didn't want him. Rafa didn't want him. Like, it was unfortunate. And the McManaman situation, like, it really didn't help that we weren't giving him the contract that he deserved, yeah. And then we started to tout him out to Barcelona behind his back, and that got found out. And then he decided, look, at the end of the day, like, you tried to sell me to Barcelona behind my back. I'm going to go on a free transfer. And that was when the Bosmans came in. And they weren't really, there wasn't really much of that going. So it all kind of caught us by surprise.
Yeah.
And he won 2 Champions Leagues.
It's pivotal as well. It's pivotal in those.
What's that?
It was pivotal in those Champions League wins as well.
pivotal. I mean, I did what I actually, if I've got a couple of minutes, I did actually want to just go over this quickly. So I heard you talking about transfers. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at what we did when Klopp came in, because I kind of see the same situation, like with Edwards and Klopp. Yeah? It's Edwards and Slot, yeah.
Okay.
First year,
Matip and Grujic.
Yeah.
Jorginho Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
Mane.
Yeah. And then you've got a goalkeeper, Karius. You've got Klavan. You've got Joel Matip on a free. And obviously Trent came through the youth team. Yeah. That was all the first year under Klopp.
Yeah.
It was this one which kind of stuck with me. It was the outgoings. So you got Christian Benteke, who was only there a year under Klopp. Like, you just didn't rate him. See you later.
Yeah. Not even a full year. It wasn't even.
No, it was half a year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Similarities. Who are we looking at?
Nunez,
100%. Probably Chiesa as well. If I'm not gonna lie. Like, he doesn't rate him. Like, he's.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one as well. And then you look at the likes of Jordan Ibe went.
Yeah. Harvey Elliott.
Joe Allen.
Endo.
Midfielder that didn't fit. Endo.
Yeah.
I know, mate. I know. Then you've got like Luis Alberto, Martin Skirtle. Yeah. You've got a defender who's been there a while.
Joe Gomez.
I know. It does kind of fit that scenario for me. But what you have to look at is you have to look at the players that came in straight away. Were those players really pivotal to what Klopp wanted to do to start things rolling? Mane. How important was Mane to come in straight away? Massive. Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
Huge.
Massively.
We needed those legs in midfield.
Yeah.
So you've got to look. You have to look at. I don't think he's going to go crazy, but I think he's going to get some really key players straight away. And we all know who we need. He's told us. Like, he's going to be in the number 9.
Yeah.
The left back's being talked about so much.
Yeah.
And probably that one midfielder.
Does it worry you we've not really been linked with right backs given Trent's situation?
But does it not just give you a little bit of hope as well? I know the hope kills you.
Should I tell you what worries me? That we're just going to go all in on Conor Bradley. And I don't think he's ready for that.
I don't think his body's ready for that. That's the problem. I think he's ready. I just don't think his body's ready. Like, it's an interesting one because I think he's missed about 30 games, maybe 40 games already. And he's only 21. But he's only played 3 Premier League games this season.
I think he's only started 2. No, he's played more than 3, but I think he's only started 2.
Yeah. So he started 3, which means that he's never been a starter either.
Yeah.
But
to go from 2 starts to like 30 plus could be insane.
But isn't that just typical of an Edwards signing though? Like, nobody's heard about it, and then Jules Koundé comes in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Or Wesley. You know, Russell's just put Wesley's in there. Yeah. Like, Wesley's a good player, by the way. He's also linked with Manchester City, by the way.
Say that again, sorry.
Good to see.
Who's been linked with them?
Wesley Franco. He's been linked with Manchester City, but it's never good to see with South Americans.
Is Wesley good? Is he that good? I've never seen him play.
He's dislodged Manderson out of the Brazil squad.
But you wouldn't sit there and go Vanderson's like world class or
no, but everyone bangs on about him as well, playing for Monaco as well. He's got Champions League experience and been around a while. I don't know. I like personally, like I think Bradley's great. Like, I just don't know whether he could play an entire season without being injured. Yeah. And looking at how we dealt with transfers out, I think Gomez is probably the one that's going to go. But I don't want to see Quansah in the right back position. It's just not worked. Doesn't offer anything. It doesn't offer anything going forward. So that kind of, I'm not really into that. I don't want Frimpong there because he doesn't defend, and I don't actually think he's a right back, if I'm honest.
Yeah, he's not.
We haven't been linked with anybody else really. What, Giovanni Reed? Like, he's a kid. Martin Fernandez, he's another kid.
Yeah.
Jules Koundé, I'm all in for. The Wesley guy, he's still quite young. I think he's 20 as well. So it's an interesting one, but it could just be one completely out of the blue, mate, that we know nothing about.
Yeah.
That's just been getting linked with. Even maybe the Spanish guy, the one who played for Girona. I think he's a left back though, actually. It's just been left backs, hasn't it?
Class, man. He's good.
Yeah. It's just been left backs. Just been
Yeah.
left backs. So
Not even spoke about Gutierrez in his post match.
Gutierrez, that's him, yeah. That was him.
Yeah. We spoke about when we played Girona. That really put me on his radar because Slot doesn't always speak about personal.
Well, think about the players that Slot has actually talked about.
Cunha's another one, isn't it? Did he speak about
Cunha? Talked about Isaac,
Kudus?
Who's the guy from Girona? What was his name again? Gutierrez. Talked about him. Yeah. It's interesting. It is interesting, but all I'm saying is, like, don't sleep on the way we did the transfer windows under Klopp, because we've got the same guy who's looking after transfers. And I know we're all sitting there going, "Oh, it's Hughes." Hughes got the job because of Edwards. That's his yes man.
Yeah, yeah.
He's giving him mates rates, so and it does make a lot of sense. Luke Haber as well is another one, but you just have to. And there's also one more guy which no one's mentioned, Gertrude. Don't sleep on Gertrude, because he's the guy. He was the general who did so much work on that right-hand side for Slot for the years of Feyenoord. And he's not had a great... Leipzig haven't had a great season. And I think they might sell a few of their players because they're going to miss out on Champions League. Like, I think they're going to come like 8th, maybe. Yeah, Scouse has just put it in there as well. Gertrude, don't sleep on Gertrude. He's not one we've been linked with, but he's definitely a player that I think could really fit a Slot system because he's been with him for a number of years. But anyway.
Okay, Matt, give me 1 sec. Stay there, bro. Give me 1 sec.
Okay, but all right. Yeah, so actually what I'll do as well while I'm sat here is I'll go through the second transfer window that Klopp had. So you've got 16-17 with the players that he bought. Then we go 17-18, which is the next window. So this is potentially this window. But he didn't get any players in. The window just gone.
Sorry, bro.
So the next window, you've got the likes of Virgil, Mo, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Andy Robinson, Dom Solanke, players he got rid of. Obviously, Coutinho, Sacco. But Sacco went the year before on loan anyway.
Yeah, it's Palace.
Divock Origi, Lucas Levea, Andre. I mean, some of the others pointless. But I just see this one being the one where he gets the really important guys in, and then maybe the next one we might go and get a Virgil replacement and a Mo replacement, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the second window, I know we've just done a window, but Klopp didn't get anyone in that first window. So it's the same scenario. So we go for this window where we get the key players like a forward, a left back, a midfielder, potentially a defender. Yeah. Then the next window, he bought the stars, like the real big players.
Yeah.
And he got big money for some of the players. There's no reason why we don't get big money for Mo and we don't get big money for Virgil still.
Yeah, I hear it.
If they go to Saudi, and then we then go and get the Mo replacement or the Virgil replacement, and that's when we spend 80 million plus on two massive key players. But these ones, I think, are really beneficial to get Slot's system into Liverpool, if that makes sense. because that's what Klopp did. He had to remove Brendan Rodgers' mad no defending system.
Yeah, the difference is though, he's got a better foundation to work with.
He's got a much better foundation.
Foundation wasn't great, but his Slot's foundation is fantastic.
And our midfield's unbelievable. Like, we've got a really, really good midfield. Like, he's left him with a really great young midfield, which Klopp wasn't given. He wasn't given the keys to the Rolls Royce. Like, he wasn't. Yeah. He was given the keys to the Cortina.
Yeah, literally. But
he literally was, wasn't he? So the thing is, as well, is like, I can't believe that our fans are kind of writing off next season. Like,
I can't believe
no doubt that we're going to be back up there again.
Slot out fans are the ones that really scare me.
It's
I'm like,
wild, mate.
You can be slot out after winning the Premier League. Like, who are you?
Like I get it. You want to see fancy football, and maybe you want to see like Arsene Wenger football, but you're just not. I'm sorry. Like he's a guy that he came in and he told you straight off the bat, we need to get this many points, otherwise we haven't got a chance in winning the league.
Yeah,
and we need to stop conceding goals. Like, and we need to just win games, and it's important. And if you just look at the whole season, it's not really been any different. Like, the first half's been a bit, here and there, maybe nick a goal or two.
Yeah.
Sometimes concede a goal because that's our Achilles heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just is. It's going to take a long time to get that out of our system.
Yeah.
But it is. And then second half, they're knackered because they've been running after us the whole first half. Makes a few substitutions, which he now doesn't trust.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest problem this second half of the season.
Yeah, he
doesn't trust his substitutions anymore.
Yeah.
When the first half of the season, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next season, he'll have those substitutions because he'd have either bought the players to replace some of the players, which then will be on the bench.
We hope he does.
Or he'll have a bigger squad that he can bring in.
Give me one sec. We thought that with Chiesa, though.
Exactly, but
we haven't.
Chiesa could just be our Benteke, unfortunately. He could just be our Benteke.
Something's weird about the Chiesa situation, bro.
It is weird, mate. It is.
Something's very weird. Like, really weird. Because he's the only signing we made, but yet he's the only player that can't seem to get any minutes.
I think we're probably going to find out at the end of the season that maybe he had an injury or something, or maybe there's just something not quite right there. Like, I don't know. Like, it also feels like maybe he was an opportunistic signing that maybe we were talking. I'm just going to say this right out now as well. Okay, is we were in Leipzig, yeah, talking to Leipzig about them taking Carvalho on loan, yeah, and we found out that Dominic Szoboszlai was available, like, because we were there, yeah.
Well, he wasn't available.
The realms of possibility.
We just activated.
Hughes was in Italy, talking to another club about a player, or just talking to clubs about players, because he's got Italian contacts and he's our new director of football. He could have been over there talking about Osherman. Who knows? Just putting it out there, or Kvaratskhelia. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he found out, Chiesa's available for like 10 million. And he's just gone, yeah, let's get him. Like, that's a quick one. Like, let's get that one done.
Yeah, possibly.
Literally, just because that's how Dom Szoboszlai got signed. Like, that came out that, like, it was, nobody knew about it, and Leipzig said, oh yeah, he wants to leave this year. Like, we're going to sell him. Like, he's got 70 million release clause, and we just went, what? Okay, then we're not signing the Turkish guy from Benfica, who we'd lined up. Yeah,
true.
Sorry, not from Benfica, from Feyenoord. What's his name? Akoku?
Oh, the one who's playing for Benfica now, the midfielder.
Yeah, he went to Benfica instead, but we were supposed to sign him instead of Dominic Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
Who I also think is a really good player, by the way.
Yeah, Sobo still needs to do more, though.
Yeah, he does. I also said this as well, like, Is the reason why Dom isn't doing anything is because he just hasn't got anything in front of him?
It's both. It's both. It's both. It's both. Because I said this about Palmer. Palmer's not been as effective when Jackson's been out of the team, but Sobbo could have still done more.
I am gonna ask you a question now.
Go for it, and then we'll wrap up.
Palmer, if that's available,
yeah,
100% in it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's an absolute baller.
Yeah, you have to. But we wouldn't be the only ones in for him, and that would be where the issue would be.
I don't think you go anywhere else apart from Real Madrid, mate. If I'm honest,
the rumors I've heard is that he's a massive Man United fan. The rumors, again, not saying
he would stink there. Everyone stinks there. Who's got talent?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a footballer right now, I'm choosing Liverpool over Man United. But that could be a potential snag. He might just think I don't want to play for Liverpool because I'm.
If they got the money,
they'll find it.
They need so much. They need to do so much work. Like genuinely. Like the manager is literally playing defenders up front now, like because he doesn't trust this forward line.
Yeah, so no, Cole Palmer. Oh, bro, in the 10, Cole Palmer would cook for us. But again, I just
absolutely sick. I know.
Yeah, the money would be insane, salary would be insane. Plus, we wouldn't be the only ones in for him as well. So I don't see we don't get involved in stuff like that, which is sometimes a good thing, but also a bad thing. But we just don't get involved in stuff like that.
Yeah,
we don't do it. But no, K-Mac, before I let you go, bro, let the people know where they can find you and support.
Oh, you can check out K-Mac channel. All right, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'll do that now, actually.
Oh, you legend. Thanks, man. I'm on the road to 1,000.
Where are we? One sec, bro.
Our owners hate Chelsea owners. Yeah, they do. You're right, Russell.
Okay, Max channel. Links going in the chat right now.
Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
No problem. Make sure you guys subscribe to K-Max channel. K-Mac, you're a legend, bro. Obviously, we speak offline, so we'll speak up.
Good to speak to you again, mate. All right.
Yes, brother.
Take care, everyone in the chat, and let's all support the club and all have a good time on Sunday.
Facts.
Catch you later, man.
Big up to K-Mac. Go and subscribe to his channel. People, look, you've had me for over 3 hours. 3 hours. So I'm going to turn in now. Have we got any super chats? We have got one. Rara says, sing 20 times Man United and listen to how good it sounds. Yeah. Almost there, man. Almost there. Big up to every one of you in the chat. Please do smash that like button if you haven't already. Jamrock, I gotta say one thing I want to say, bro. I'm not Trent's bulletproof vest. I'm trying to bring the other side of the debate and the other side of the argument. I can't get on board with calling him a rat or anything like that because I don't feel that way and I don't want to force it or be disingenuous. But I'm not his defender. I think I can turn around and say I've probably been one of Trent's biggest critics to the point where people have come at me for it. So I'm not his bulletproof vest. I just believe in fairness and I believe in people not turning on someone or telling the truth about someone. If we don't think Trent's a legend, then I don't know what a player has to do to become a legend, personally. But yeah, that's all my feelings there. But big up to yourself as always, Jamrock. You know it's always love, man. People, smash that like button. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Almost at 36,000 subscribers. We want to get to 40k very, very soon. So please help us with that. Big up to Imran in the chat, obviously. Big up Misha Tate. We know how it goes by now, brother. Big up to you and the family. Please do smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I will be back tomorrow around maybe 12 o'clock, midday. Big up to Thomas Oliver for your super chat. About midday for Tottenham's preview show. So make sure you join me then. And then I know it's the Chelsea game, I believe, at midday or 12:30 kickoff. So I'll aim to finish before that game so you guys can get to watch that as well. Big up to you all. Big up to every single one of the callers that called in today. Nothing but love for you all. Until I see you again, people. Have a fantastic rest of the day, night, or evening, wherever you are. Stay safe, stay blessed with Kopish, and we're out, people. Enough love. Oh, members videos. Drop 2 members videos today for our members. Go and check those out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And for those of you who haven't joined the members, give it a go for 1 month, see how you like it, and then go from there. Big up to all of you. Stay safe, stay blessed with Kopish, and we're out. Take care.